Second largest loan.
Call to order the City of Dunkirk Common Council meeting for December 4th, 2018 at 5:30 p.m. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Here.
Councilmember Heenan.
Here.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Here.
Councilmember at-large Vowash.
Present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I ask that everybody please remain standing. We're going to have 2 moments of silence this evening. The first moment of silence is for former President of the United States, George Bush. Thank you. And our second moment of silence is for former 4th Ward Councilwoman, Janet Jankowski-George. Thank you, everyone. Certification of the prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, November 20th, 2018 was presented to the mayor on Tuesday, November 27th, 2018. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have hereto set my hand in the seal of the City of Dunkirk, New York, this 4th day of December, 2018.
I need a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes.
So move.
Councilman Williams with the first. Councilman Bamanto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan.
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vowash.
Aye. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case the individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his, I'm sorry, I got to go back. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman at large Washington shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or slanderous or non-germane to any action taken or contemplated by council. The time limit specified shall be strictly adhered to, except that a speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time has expired.
Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address. Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address. Last opportunity. Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address. Seeing none, privilege of the floor is now closed. Number 5, communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor?
Mr. Chairman, I just have 3 quick announcements. The first one, I handed each of you a booklet which just indicates that the City of Dunkirk has been recognized by Lake Erie Living Magazine as a hotspot in Western New York. The City of Dunkirk was recently awarded the 2018 Best Western New York Hotspot in Lake Erie Living Magazine's Best of Lake Erie in 2018. This is a great honor and exciting time for Dunkirk. Thousands of people read Lake Erie Living Magazine, and we are excited to be recognized as a Western New York hotspot along Lake Erie. This type of positive publicity helps draw in new visitors and tourists to our area and helps improve our economy. I look forward to the future development of our city and creating an even more exciting place to visit, live, work, and play. I'd like to give a lot of credit here publicly to everyone in our development department, but in particular our special events coordinator, who has been working diligently since I've been in office. We've received numerous awards. Since I've been in office, we have received numerous awards and have been recognized regionally. So this is another award. This is important for us because it also provides us the opportunity again to bring in more tourists. I'd also like to thank everyone who came out for our Small Business Saturday event that we held here in the city of Dunkirk. It was a huge success. We actually had over 600 people that attended our Small Business Saturday event, and it went really well. Also, our tree lighting here, we had over 100 people here. It was a huge success. We had horse carriage rides, many people taking advantage of that. It was very nice to see our city residents and the small children so excited to be around Santa Claus and our carriage, our horse carriage, taking the rides. And just wanted to announce that the Adams Art Gallery is back. Saturday, the Adams Art Gallery is going to have their street hockey tournament on 6th Street. The winners will receive the Adams Cup, and this is going to be an annual event here in the city of Dunkirk. The City of Dunkirk Development Department has been working with the folks there at the Adams Art Gallery to help this event be successful here in our city, and our Dunkirk Access crew will be there to film this event. At this time, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Number 8, unfinished, I'm sorry, I skipped right over communications. Communications from the public and petitions, there are none. Reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Williams?
Director Woodbury, gonna get off of the 2nd and Roberts, but I was asked about another one. 4th and Main, the post there, I know we've talked about it in the past, or somebody else has brought it up several times in the past. Are we still waiting on the post to come in? Is that still an insurance issue thing, or how can we get that post up there? Because some people don't feel comfortable with the way the light is just there. I'm pretty sure it's safe because nothing's happened since that post has been down, but if you got any answer, idea, anything on how we can get that one changed.
I will check with Mr. Spoth, who's the contractor that does that.
Okay.
He installed these in the 1980s, and he knows where to get the obsolete arms to do that. So because it's an obsolete arm, it's taking some time for him to track one down. But he's also the person who put the temporary light in there. So I believe that his capability, his many decades of experience with this, it is a safe light. It doesn't look as attractive as the old style one, but it is safe.
All right, thanks. If we could push wherever to try to get that replaced to make it look a little bit better there. And then the other thing that I would have, I guess, would be for the mayor. I know that for the city and what we do, council itself has nothing really to do with the Dunkirk housing. I do attend the Dunkirk housing meetings. They are in the middle of evicting one of their tenants there, that it's basically just for that person writing letters and saying that there's problems around there. We can't do anything. Got to definitely state that enough as a council, but I guess I would ask the mayor that in the future, for those that won't take any action to try to keep a 82-year-old woman living there that pays rent, keeps her room clean, and all she does is, yes, she can be a pain by writing letters and whatever, but that doesn't mean that you should be kicked out of something. So I would like that in the future, when you're considering putting people on the Dunkirk Housing Board, that you take into consideration what kind of compassion that they have. They're here to serve the residents of Dunkirk Housing and the city of Dunkirk, not so much worry about what the director or anything would say and what issues the director would have with a tenant at Dunkirk Housing. I feel it's a retaliation from the director towards this tenant, and I think she's been unjustly treated, so I'll stop it there just by saying in the future, please put people in there that are compassionate towards the people that are living there, because that's usually their last line of any opportunity for housing is Dunkirk Housing. So I know we've talked about it before.
Just for the record, I am very familiar with the situation. We did become involved in it. I tried to help out. I did have discussion with the executive director as well as their attorney, and our attorney did speak with their attorney as well. We did speak with the tenant, and we even spoke with our federal representative, and there was really nothing that we could do to help her out.
Okay. You still have the power of the appointed or not appointing, so we know who's on what side of it. So, thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. Councilman Mamanto?
Yes, I was also at Small Business Saturday, and I'd like to thank the mayor, Development Department. It was well organized, well attended. The horse carriage rides were fantastic. Great family event, especially for the kids. Some of those kids never ever been on a ride like that before, and possibly would never again. So that was great. Also, the carriage came down for the tree lighting, and they were still doing it well past when the tree lighting was already lit and everything was done. So the carriage guy was still bringing people around. There was still a line there. Also, like to thank Revitalized Dunkirk people who helped volunteer for that night down there at the tree lighting. They were out helping out everybody. So we thanks for your help. That's it.
Thank you, Councilman Mamanto. Councilman Heenan?
Nothing, thank you.
Councilman Heenan. Councilman Civiletto?
First, I'd like to extend my condolences as Fourth Ward Councilman to Janet Jankowski's family and thank her and her family for the service that they rendered to the city of Dunkirk. I'd also like to congratulate the mayor and the Economic Development Department for getting Best of Lake Erie in the Lake Erie Living magazine for Western New York hotspot. That's a big deal. We're more of a hotspot, they're saying, than Buffalo, Niagara Falls. I mean, it's pretty cool. Another thing, I'd like to also congratulate them on Small Business Saturday. There were tons of people there. They all were excited about being there, and it looked like a huge success. Also wanted to talk and let everyone know that on Wednesday at 4, a Public Safety Committee meeting will be on December 12th in the Mayor's Conference Room. I also wanted to reiterate the Adams Art Gallery opening. We've got brand new stuff going on in Dunkirk from that's not funded by the city. That's actually an outside entity coming in here and recognizing how special Dunkirk is and how special the Adams is. On Friday, they're having a gala, which I hear is going to be fantastic. It's going to be something to see. That's going to be at 7 o'clock on Friday, December 7th. The street hockey tournament, you can go to theadamsny.org to sign up for street hockey. That's open to all ages, adults and children, and the guys who are running this have been doing it for years, and they're very experienced in the street hockey tournaments. And on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., there's going to be a holiday market at the Adams Art Gallery too. So all weekend long, there's something to do. Kids shouldn't say there's nothing to do, because there is, just from that one spot. And I just had one question, and I'm sorry, Randy and Chief, for not bringing this up before, but it was brought to my attention. The front street from Beagle to almost Wright Park is closed. Is that right?
Lakefront Boulevard,
Yeah, Lakefront Boulevard.
from Beagle to Sterling.
Yeah. I was at a friend's house that lives on that street and witnessed in 10 minutes probably 6 or 7 cars entering the do not enter and coming through. I'm wondering, Randy, if there's something we can think about in the future, maybe like a gate that they have at the point that we could close in the winter. I know that Chief Edwards is shaking his head probably because that reduces access to fire departments. I understand that. So maybe even just a half of a something more than just the do not enter sign, because people are ignoring it. And I know it's
One of
been,
the one of the issues we had in the past with that, we had tried barricades when we first started with that, and the wind blew the barricades over. We
Okay.
put weights on them,
Yeah.
the wind still blew the barricades over. We would also have to put a gate at every single one of the side streets off of Pine Street as well, so it just wasn't a cost-effective issue. People have to realize, they pass those do not enter signs, they are on their own liability. If they get in an accident or anything happens, they are liable for whatever they do for failing to obey a traffic control device.
so at the very least, I'd like it to be known right now on television that Lakefront Boulevard is closed from Beagle to,
Sir, but we did
To
put out,
Serval.
we put out a press release on it when we did close it, and also in the press release, I did put as well that you're subject to liability if you're down there and anything happens to you, it's your own liability.
or subject to a ticket, right?
Correct, and
As
they
well.
can be
All right.
charged with failing to obey traffic control as well.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you very much, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Civiletto. Would be a good thing for Code Red to announce on Code Red.
Or New York Alert.
Just a little inside joke there, folks. The only thing I would like to share is our first January meeting happens to fall on New Year's Day. So we usually try to bump the meetings to a day prior or a day after. We're probably not going to bump it to the day prior because that means it's on New Year's Eve. So what we're going to do is discuss it through email over the next couple days and find out exactly what date we can change that to, and there will be a resolution at the next meeting changing the meeting date for the first January and the first meeting of the year. Just wanted to give people a heads up on that. Moving right along to unfinished business, number 107. Clerk?
107, resolution authorizing alternative hours for City Hall employees.
Do I have a motion to take this off the table?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Heenan has the motion to take it off the table. Do I have a second? Is there a second to take this off the table? Motion sits on the table and dies, correct? Mr. Morrisroe?
Correct.
Okay. Number 9, pre-file resolutions.
111, resolution for adoption of fiscal year 2019 budget, council amendments.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, need a roll call?
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Nay.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Number 112,
Resolution to approve fiscal year 2019 appropriations.
any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Nay.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Number 113,
Resolution authorizing warrant for fiscal year 2019 budget approval.
any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Nay.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Number 114,
Resolution authorizing budget line modifications for fiscal year 2018.
any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Number 115,
Resolution authorizing budget line modifications for fiscal year 2018.
any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Any new business to come before us today? Any walk-ins? Council, department heads? Seeing none, motion to adjourn. So moved. Councilman Williams was the first, Councilman Heenan with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.